Hello everyone and welcome to another video in the series Learn How to Read Chinese by Reading Manga. If you would like to know more about the entire series and what is going on while I am going through these videos, go ahead and watch the first video. I talk about it more in detail. In this video, I'm going to go right ahead and start just reading and explaining and translating. So here we go. In the last video, I finished here, I believe, so I continue from here. Japanese manga and Chinese books very often written from right to left and from top to bottom. So here we go. 我把死亡笔记本搞丢了. I lost my death note. This is what the sentence said. Now let's go word by word. 我 is I. 把 is it would take me a little bit longer to explain exactly in terms of grammar what this means, but for now I think the way I remember it is, at least, it was that I remembered it as the English verb to take. So I take 死亡笔记本. 死亡 is death. 笔记本 is note. So literally death note. So I took death note 搞丢了. 丢 means to lose, and 搞丢 it's again a little bit difficult to explain if you do not speak Chinese at an upper intermediate level, where I can feel what this gao means, but it's gao means to do, but when you put it in front of verbs like this, especially like verbs like gao diu or nong diu, you can say that too. It just means you lost it, but it's sort of like vulgarizing the term. It's not super impolite, but it's like, I really don't know how to explain this. I was thinking about how to best translate this into English before I started making this video, and I felt like it's very similar to negative prefixes in English, like dis or like dissect, for instance, or things like that, where you have a negative outcome. Because dio means to lose, gao dio is just means to lose, but with with this dis prefix, so I dislost it, something like that, if it makes sense. Literally, I dislost my 死亡笔记本, my death note, and le is just, again, this, you can understand it as a past tense, or just something that that made the action end. So that's basically what it means. I lost my 死亡笔记本, my death note. Little explanation to the 死亡笔记本. 死亡 means death, 死 is to die, and 亡 means to perish. And Chinese words are often composed of two morphemes of very close meanings, and to make one word as a full word instead of being used as just one character or one morpheme. Morpheme. So 死亡 is made of to die and to perish, and 笔记本 is 本 is many meanings, of course, also roots and stuff like that, but also like a notebook. Yeah, something that, a small thing where you write things. And 笔记, 笔 is a brush in ancient times, but now very usually anything you write with, so either a pen or a pencil. And 记 is to note something, so 笔记 it's a notebook for pencil notes. or for brush notes, yeah, literally translated. So 死亡笔记本 is just a death note, and 搞丢了, I dislost it. Hāhāhāhā is what this says. Again, we have four characters that represent a sound, in this case laughter. So if you want to write ha in Chinese, this is how you do it. Hāhāhāhā for 你这个笨蛋又捅出了大纰漏. 你 is translate that first. You, this idiot. Again. Now, this is a character which means actually to stab, but I would just say in English, in this case, because what follows is you made a stupidity, or like a pīlòu is like you made a mistake or something dumb, something like that. And 捅出 means just to make it, or to pull it off, something like that. Even though, like, tǒng means to stab. Chū is to exit, but if it's after a verb, it's a sort of like slightly specifying it. But I really don't advise people to think about Chinese grammar in these hyper technical grammar terms, because you get very easily lost in them. There's too many. If I really should literally tell you what tǒng chū means, it's literally to sort of like pull out or pull off. But it's almost just like in English, right? You say, I pulled off a trick. But if you were to explain why there is this off thing after pull off, you could technically get to the technical explanation. But, I mean, to me, it's much more useful to just learn that tǒng chū means to sort of like pull off, and without really thinking too much about what's going on and when it comes to the grammar within the expression. Le, again, is this, like, it's turning off the verb kind of a thing. Da is big, and pīlòu is just like a mistake or stupid thing or something like that. Again, we have zhège, which means zhe means this, and ge is this measure word. Together, it would literally mean this piece of bèndàn is idiot. Ben is stupid, and dan is an egg, so you stupid egg. Very frequent word, by the way. Zhège bèndàn. It's actually very close to English when you say this idiot. You know, you add this little this word before idiot to I don't know, emphasize it. And it's the same thing in Chinese. 这个笨蛋, this idiot. You know, you pulled off this another, not another, but yeah, again pulled off a big stupid thing. 而且你不是骗了死神大王跟大王拿了两本笔记本吗？两本都搞丢了。Moreover, didn't you, well, 骗了 is like cheat, but didn't you, cheat out or to lie to or something like that. Like 骗 means to cheat, but I'm trying to think of how to translate this into English. 你骗他了, like you lied to him, yeah, you cheated him. 你骗了死神大王. So you cheated 死神大王, the king of gods of death. 跟大王拿了两本笔记本, and took from him two death notes. Ma is a question particle. 两本都搞丢了吗? You lost both of them. So 而且 means moreover. 而且 moreover. 你 is you. 不是 together means aren't or haven't. You know, this English thing. Haven't you, didn't you, wouldn't you, yeah. 你不是, and then you have the verb 骗了. 骗 is like cheat or to lie or something like that. 骗子 is like you're lying to people, you are kidding people, you know, things like that. 骗了 again, something that is grammatically turning off the verb, but I would just remember this 骗了as a set expression. 死神大王, 死神 is again god of death, and 大王 is big king, but it just means king. So moreover, didn't you cheat or lie to or kid or somehow, what is the right word? Like if you trick, that's it, trick. 骗 is the trick, so 骗子 is a trickster. Didn't you trick this 死神大王, this king of gods of death? 跟大王拿了两本笔记本吗? 跟 is gun, the original meaning is to follow, but also means like with or from, this kind of a preposition. So from 大王, from the king, and this is very frequent in Chinese when they want to use, it's a more polite way of saying him. Instead of saying him, they just use his title or profession. So you can say 跟总统拿了, like from the president you took, from 跟老板拿了, from the boss you took, and 跟大王拿了, from the king you took. 两本笔记本, two 本 again, well, we're getting, finally we see another measure word, except for 个 and 片. Here we had 片. 本 is a measure word for books, for notebooks, for everything that looks like a book or a notebook. And 两 is two. So 两本 means just two pieces, we would say in English, but in Chinese you have to use 本 when it comes to notebooks. 笔记本. notebooks, and ma is a particle, something like our question mark. So if you would just say 跟大王拿了两本笔记本, it means he took, or I took, or whoever took, because we don't have a subject. From the king, he took 2 notes. And if you say 跟大王拿了两本笔记本吗, did you take, or did whoever take 2 notes from the king? Because ma is a question mark, basically. Not a question mark, but it's turning the sentence into a question. 两本都搞丢了, and a question mark again without ma. And this is quite important because I will tell you why just in a second. So 两本 2 本, so two of these notebooks. 都 both, in this case, 都 means both. 搞丢了 is the same 搞丢 as we had. Where is it? Here, 搞丢, like what did I say? Like dislost. Yeah, dislost. So you dislost. I know how you can say it well in English. You know how sometimes you say I've gone lost it. You know, like I done lost it. So that's exactly this 搞丢. Yeah, I gone lost it. So both notes you gone lost. And the reason why I'm saying that is very important, that we have a question mark here, but there is no ma, is that I have a series of videos on my channel, on this channel, which is called Learn How to Read Chinese, I think, or Easy Chinese, Easy Reading Chinese, something like that. And the first lesson, there is a question sentence which is ending in la. And there's a question mark, and there was a lot of people criticizing that, telling me that no, you cannot have a sentence which is a question and does not have a ma. Like ma is the question particle. Well, it is the question particle, that is true, but it is not the only way to terminate an interrogative sentence. As you can see clearly here, there is a la with a question mark. It's just a way of another way of having a interrogatory sentence, not necessarily with ma. It all depends on how you structure the sentence. All right, so there you go for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.